Twitch, the pulse of the video game revolution. On this Twitch, we'll journey from the silver screen to the TV screen with a look at Congo. Plus, I'll give you the code for the Big Head mode in Toshinden Remix.
We'll show you how to get to the stage select in Jumping Flash.
We'll take a look at the Game Shark in Brave New World.
And we'll give you our review on Iron Storm.
And buckle up, we're getting into fast lane with Signosis Formula 1 racing. And guess what? Steve Vai's stopping by and grabbing the whammy bar, so check it out.
Our featured game is Working Design's Iron Storm. First up, Sims. Let's Twitch.
Twitch! Let's Twitch.
What would you think if I told you the most original, most exciting game I've played in a long time had a robot rabbit as the main character? You'd think I was out of my mind, wouldn't you? It's called Jumping Flash for the PlayStation, and it is fat.
Ready to go?
Here's the story. The evil Baron Aloha has taken pieces of the Earth and scattered them around outer space.
Aloha's evil plan is to turn it into a huge private retreat for himself.
The only hope for stopping him and saving the Earth is Robot, a rabbit-like robot with superpowers.
Let's go, Robert! Jump and go!
Jumping Flash is a combination of Doom, Pilot Wings, and Bugs Bunny. Robot's main weapon is a sparkle beam gun that never runs dry. Here's a pill that makes Robot invincible for a little while.
Go for it.
But the most unusual and kicking thing about this game is that as Robot, you can jump. And I mean really jump high. The effect is very real, and you gotta go sky high, because that's where the hidden power-ups are.
Free time.
And it's fun to discover dazzling ways to get from point to point, like rainbow paths. And level exits that take you from world to world. Everything is spelled out for you.
All right.
Jumping Flash is a feast for the eyes and the ears, with vivid colors, smooth three-dimensional views, and rockin' sound. Best of all, it offers tight gameplay with plenty of challenge and cool twists and turns. It's a game that shows off how realistic 3D can be with the 32-bit power of the PlayStation.
Free time.
I'm telling you, this game is hopping.
Here's how to get to the stage select screen in Jumping Flash.
At the title screen, press up, up, down, down, XX, left, right, X, triangle, X, and triangle.
If you've done the code correctly, part of the background will turn red. This will enable you to select any stage that you want in Jumping Flash.
Formula 1 by Signosis is going to revolutionize the racing genre. And if the video effects don't blow you away, the soundtrack surely will. Steve Vai's the guy who provides the riffs. Check it out.
With video games, the sound of an electric guitar crunching your ears is the same as the adrenaline rush that you get when you plug your feverish little fingers into those controllers. When you're scoring a film, there's delicate balances within the characters, you know, their egos and the situations they're in. So you got to kind of play to that when you're scoring. But with a video game, it's like, you know, kill the guy with the ball. You just got to be extreme, as extreme as possible. You know, the sound of an aggressive guitar, you can't beat it. All right, what are you going to do? Get into like a Formula 1 game and like hear a piano? It doesn't do it.
Shooter! Shooter!
Shooter!
Congo left people either scared or bored stiff. Either way, Sega's gonna let gamers try their hand at putting those ugly gorillas in their place. You play the lone survivor of a team sent in to retrieve special diamonds from a dense jungle in the Congo. Your entire team is missing, and you've contracted a virus that will kill you if you can't find the supply drop. You'll have to fight your way through giant mosquitoes, mutant gray apes, spiders, voodoo totems, shooting fireballs, and all manner of other strange creatures. Eventually, you'll find out exactly what happened to your team if you survive. This game is played in the very familiar Doom style with classic first-person perspective and a few new play mechanics. You'll be able to move 360 degrees and strafe to the left and the right, but this time you'll also be able to jump and crouch. Though crouching turns out to be mostly unuseful, anyone who has played this type of game will instantly be able to pick up the controller and go to work. The graphics themselves are not much to speak of. The between-level sequences are well acted by the character, but unfortunately these moments are the highlight of the game.
For these reasons, I have chosen to continue as best I can.
The weapons fit this kind of adventure, with rifles, shotguns, and machine guns, and eventually the phasic laser featured in the film. But that reward really doesn't seem worth the effort it takes to earn it. Other items you grab along the way include 2 types of medical health packs, which replenish your energy either 25% or fully, depending on what you find. Continues get you an additional life, antidotes cure the effects of snake venom, and a backpack lets you carry more ammunition. And finally, there's the diamonds. If you manage to find and collect every diamond in a level, you'll receive an airdrop to the next level from your grateful bosses at Travicon.
We are watching you.
All in all, for players who enjoyed Congo, this might be worth a few hours now and then. If you're a Doom fan, it's a clone.
This is our review of Congo for the Sega Saturn.
Well, it was a bad movie, and the game's even worse. The control was pretty good, but the graphics were so cartoony, and the monsters looked more like Muppets.
Yeah, this is a game that had good full-motion video shot originally for the game, but the graphics themselves are not that impressive, and I've seen this style of game done better.
Still to come on Twitch, a classic PlayStation fighter smashes its way onto the Saturn. And we've got an advanced Twitch tip for it. Plus, Working Designs recreates World War II in Iron Storm. One of the first and most popular games for the PlayStation was Battle Arena Toshinden. Saturn owners looked at their flat virtual fighters and wondered when their time would come. Well, Toshinden has a new home on the Saturn, and it is not just a translation of the original. Toshinden Remix has all the original characters, but this time, if you beat the game without a loss, you can play as Gaia and Sho. Now you'll be able to command the might of Gaia in his mind-controlled armor, and the swordsmanship of the tortured warrior Sho. If you notice any difference in the graphics or the action, you're probably going to be alone, because this is about as close to the PlayStation version as possible. Every stage and every fighter looks nearly the same as before, and all of their moves and combos are still intact. They haven't added any new moves, so if you played the original Toshinden, you'll pick right up where you left off. There's one new addition, and it's really cool, the story mode, where you'll actually watch your character's story unfold before your eyes. For instance, you can take control of Ellis as she battles her way through enemies to find her father's killer, Gaia. Or you can watch the beautiful but deadly Sophia's story unfold. Or play as Kain and discover that Gaia isn't the source of your grief, but rather a close friend. You'll even meet Cupido, the secret character.
Even she struggles in the darkness of her soul to see a gleam of light.
To play as Cupido, just beat the game with Gaia or Sho without losing a single round. If you can manage to do that, go to Sho's icon in the character select screen and press up on your controller. Then hit any button. Overall, Toshinden Remix is enough of an update to make Toshinden fans want to enter the battle arena one more time. And the story mode is killer.
Here's what we thought of Toshinden Remix for the Sega Saturn.
The graphics on this version aren't quite up to the PlayStation standards, but I thought the control might have been a little tighter. The addition of the new characters is also a big plus for me.
I didn't think it was that great of a game on the Sony PlayStation, and they managed to screw it up even more on the Saturn. The control is bad, the graphics are even worse. I just think there's better fighting games out there.
Hey, Battle Arena to Shinden Remix on the Saturn has got some wild camera cheats. You want to know how to get them? This is how. Press start during a battle to pause the game. Choose options, then highlight anything except exit, and hold the L button. While holding L, move the cursor to exit, and press the R button. The game will still be paused. Now you can use the D-pad, along with the L, R, X, or Y buttons to see the characters from any angle. This trick will work for the rest of the round. When you want to see these angles again, just hit start, and you'll be back in the custom camera mode.
We're looking at the Game Shark by Interact for the Sony PlayStation and Sega Saturn.
Basically what this is a video game enhancer or a cheat device for your 32-bit consoles. What you do is input codes through a menu-driven system which are then stored into the Game Shark's internal memory. It plugs into the expansion port.
This thing comes packed with codes already. It has room for about 10,000, so you've got a lot of room for expansion. If you want more, you can subscribe to a newsletter, call the 900 number, or get on the webpage.
Some of the codes that come with it are the Black Car and Ridge Racer, Unlimited Money in Theme Park, or Infinite Bullets for Virtua Cop.
I really like these kind of devices. If your game needs some help, you can plug it into the expansion port and get going on any game.
Hey, this thing is cool. If you like to cheat, why not go for it? It's a great addition to your 32-bit system.
Sports!
One of the classic arcade games is headed for your Sega Saturn. Time Warner Interactive has tuned up and expanded VR virtual racing. Check out the latest version of one of the pioneer auto racing games. VR virtual racing has made the move from the arcade to your TV, but it's not the same old game. A lot of the same elements are there, but there are more cars, more tracks, and not to mention a bigger, more comprehensive game with more options. Let's start with the tracks. There are 3 that became famous in the arcade game, but now there are 7 new courses to give you a full season circuit. As far as your ride, you can grab anything from a go-kart to a top-of-the-line Formula One rocket. Then you pick a color, racing style, and how about a team? Somebody's got to get it done in the pits. Once the rubber hits the road, it's business as usual. Go fast, don't crash, keep the other chumps in your rearview mirror. This is downtown Tokyo, one of the tougher tracks because of the tight turns. Keep an eye on the floating overhead view of the track to anticipate what's ahead. The other displays are clear and easy to understand, which is good, because if you get caught staring at them, you could find yourself tangled in the scenery. Like most of the racing games, you can pick from a variety of angles to watch from. You can change on the fly, but it's best to pick a view that you like and stay with it. When you're done, you might learn a thing or two watching the replay. Race the machine, race your friends, or take on the toughest foe of them all, the clock in virtual racing. Ooh, one last tip. Do not let your parents see you play this game, or you'll never get to borrow the car.
My name is Brian Jackson. I'm an assistant producer here. I took a $8,000 pay cut just to come out here and work out here because I love playing games. Prior to coming to Electronic Arts, I worked for Martin Marietta as a software developer. A friend of mine sent me an email that he had found off some website that said that Electronic Arts was looking for game testers for the summer. I emailed the guy whose email it originated from. They flew me out here, made me an offer on the spot. I was just like, I can't believe I'm actually going to go work for Electronic Arts. I got a chance to work on John Madden Football, which was the game that I always play. I bought my first Sega Genesis just because John Madden Football was on it. Although I'm only an assistant producer, I was able to design this year's version of John Madden Football, which was my dream when I first came out here. I never realized how big John really was until I was standing right next to him, and I was just like, it's John Madden. He's the man. I was awestruck. You want to be able to make the game hard enough for the people that have been loyal to the company and played the games over and over again but easy enough for the people who are seeing it for the first time. I am the person that provides the direct link between the testers and the developers and the upper management, and we keep testing the games until they're perfect. When you think of John Madden, you think of excellence. And one day, I want to be a person that is in that same limelight, where you think of Brian Jackson, you think of excellence.
Next on Twitch, game shows meet video games in our continuing coverage from E3, and see how we rated Iron Storm for the Sega Saturn.
Hey, I'm Tom, and I want you to see the greatest thing on cable TV. It's Sega Channel. Sega Channel is a channel with video games you play. With Sega Channel, you get up to 50 different games every month. You can play every game as much as you want for less than $15 a month. So basically, it costs less than 30 cents a game. The variety is incredible, and it's a great deal for the money. Unlimited play of all the games, one low monthly price.
Call now to order and get hooked in to Sega Channel.
In the beginning, television was black and white. Then there was color. Next came cable, and it was good. Then it came to pass that people wanted more. Their prayers were answered with Intro Television. Intro brings you over 30 different networks on one channel, increasing your viewing choices by heavenly proportions. Intro Television, a world of networks on one channel.
Classic Sports Network.
To Michael Jordan. What a finish!
Right field, she is gone!
Here comes the doctor. Julius goes to the side of the line.
Oh, yeah! It's a home run! Oh, yeah!
Magic for three. Yes!
Classic Sports Network. Tonight, Links to the Past, the '86 Masters film, NFL on Classic Sports, and Tonight at the Fights featuring Muhammad Ali. Classic Sports Network, tonight at 9 Eastern on Intro Television. This is Intro Television.
You found Twitch. He's television's answer man, and he's bringing his face and his game to the PC. This is Jeopardy!
Jeopardy is 12 years old, but it's very fresh. It is very popular in CDs, on home computers, and all kinds of play-at-home versions.
It's not only fun, but people can actually learn something from this game.
Yeah, and it doesn't intimidate you, except in one way. It intimidates you because you realize what you don't know, but on the other hand, when you do come up with a correct response, you say, hey, I got that, I'm sharp.
Alex, a lot of pressure here. Television for 1,000. The hottest video game show on television.
What is Switch? No, what is Twitch?
Your second answer was right, but your first was wrong. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We got some great parting gifts for you in the back.
I never liked you. Maybe I can try out for Wheel of Fortune.
I'm not happy unless I'm twitching.
For years, if you wanted to play a really good war simulation, your only real option was the personal computer. Not anymore. For all you would-be field generals, Working Designs put you in the middle of World War II with a strategy simulation called Iron Storm for the Sega Saturn. Basically, you plan your strategy on the main map, which is divided into a pattern of hexagons. Your forces are represented by icons, each one able to move a specific number of steps each round. The computer calculates the outcome of the engagement based on experience, training, and skill. It might seem complicated and boring, but while the computer does the work, you'll get to see the battle take place in real time. This is the part the generals can't see from the planning room. Tanks being blown away, soldiers gaining ground, victory and defeat hinging on the success of one unit. You'll get both the general's perspective as well as the grunt's. You'll see every angle of the greatest war in U.S. history. You'll be fighting the same battles the great generals of World War II did. But the fun here is trying out different strategies. Keep in mind the strengths and weaknesses of each unit. Keep them in good repair and always know which will serve you best in any situation. A weak or run-down unit will never serve you well in the heat of battle, so be familiar with your troops. Like a real general, you don't do any of the actual shooting here. You figure out the strategy, then sit back and watch how the battle develops. Iron Storm is a little tricky, sort of a thinking man's war game.
We've been checking out Iron Storm on the Sega Saturn, and if you don't see many RPGs around, this is something you see less of, a true strategy game.
Well, the first point I want to make is, if you like strategy-type games, this is definitely the best one to get.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I don't really personally get into them. I think them boring, but what they did to enhance this game was that when a combat sequence takes place, they actually show it happening.
Iron Storm is a really nice-looking game. It's got a lot of strategy to it, and it's got a lot of fun factor to it. The only thing I really didn't like about it is it gets kind of repetitive after a while, but you may want to check it out.
Here's the Twitch tip for NFL Game Day on the Sony PlayStation. Choose options at the main menu, then press the select button to access the memory card screen. Press select again to enter any of the following passwords. After entering the letters using all caps, press select. If you enter the code correctly, the screen will display the password in big yellow letters on a greenish background. Enter offense to get a high-powered offense, defense to beef up your D, and juice to really speed up with the X button while running. Now, if we could just get these codes to work on the real teams. Don't turn that VCR off yet. The Twitch Tip Recap reviews all the codes we showed you earlier.
Like the Twitch? Intro Television's got more of your favorite video game review show. We'll be twitching again later today at 5:30 p.m. Eastern here on Intro Television.
Hey, I'm Tom, and I want you to see the greatest thing on cable TV. It's Sega Channel. Sega Channel is a channel with video games you play. With Sega Channel, you get up to 50 different games every month. You can play every game as much as you want for less than $15 a month. So basically, it costs less than 30 cents a game. The variety is incredible, and it's a great deal for the money. Unlimited play of all the games, one low monthly price.
Call now to order and get hooked in to Sega Channel.
You're watching an Intro Television original. How often do you watch? Intro Television would like to get to know you, the viewer. Call 1-800-482-4101 and tell us about yourself and why you watch Intro Originals. Let Intro know. Call us at 1-800-482-4101.
You know, if you really wanted to, why, you could live off the free samples in a place like this. Breakfast. With all these samples under one roof, it kind of reminds me of Intro Television. You see, Intro Television has more than 30 cable networks in one, making it the world's first sampler channel. Ooh, look! Crab cakes! Intro Television has movies, cartoons, news, sports, music, lots of networks you've never seen before. And if you don't like what you see when you tune in, just try a little later and you'll find something new. Oh my, pierogies. Intro Television, a world of networks on one channel.
Say, you got any chocolate milk to wash this down?
Here's the Twitch Tip Recap. To get to the stage select in Jumping Flash, press up, up, down, down, X, X, left, right, X, triangle at the title screen. To get to the custom camera angle for Toshinden Remix, press start during a battle to pause the game. Choose options, then highlight anything except exit and hold the L button. While holding L, move the cursor to exit and press the R button. Use the D-pad along with the L, R, X, or Y buttons to see the characters from any angle. To get to the password screen for NFL Game Day on the Sony PlayStation, choose options at the main menu, then press the select button to access the memory card screen. Press select again to enter any passwords. After entering the letters using all caps, press select. Enter offense to get a high-powered offense, defense to beef up your D, and juice to really speed up with the X button while running. Big Dot Boys makes the linemen look bigger. Cannon Dot Arm boosts your quarterback's passes. And Skeleton releases 2 hidden skeleton teams. Have any secret tips or codes you want to share on Twitch? Email them to us along with your comments at intro@tcinc.com or send us a letter at Intro Television, 4100 East Dry Creek Road, Littleton, Colorado, 80122. On the next Twitch, pick up some pointers on getting a job making video games and blast your way through the galaxy with Starblade Alpha.